Hey, you guys. Okay, so listen, I wanted to come and do a quick video. I'm at my daughter's hair appointment, and I was like, okay, let me get on here and share with you right quickly. And who am I? I'm Garlinda Price. I'm the broker and owner of Fusion Properties LLC and Fusion Insurance Group. And so we are recruiting across the U.S. Y'all don't look at my back seat. It's a hot mess back there. I work from the car sometimes, and it's all kinds of stuff back there. When I left the office yesterday, I just threw everything in the back seat. Hold on one second. I just want to close up Facebook. Okay, awesome. And so I wanted to come on here, and the title of this message is Make Six Figures, Making Six Figures Selling Insurance in Your First Year. I want to tell you how that's possible. I'm trying to get my phone so I can do the math. And I'm hoping that you can hear me over here. So if you happen to be on here with me, or if my son happens to pop on, Kayla, but can you let me know if you can hear me clearly? Because I want to make sure we have a great connection. And you guys, you can sell insurance from anywhere. I'm going to try to log onto my own phone too and check right quick. Give me one second. I hope you all are having an incredible Saturday. I'm just going to my page to see if I can see me and if I can hear me well, okay? Oh yeah, okay, we can. Okay, so awesome. So the title of this that I put on here is Making Six Figures Selling Life Insurance Your First Year, which you can definitely do. That is possible. That's number one. Number two is don't let your I'm trying to look at my notes. Don't let past failures make you quit selling insurance, right? So for a year I had quit and I was like, oh, I wish I'd have just kept going, right? But you can't go back and get time. But what you can do is you can ask the Lord to redeem the time. And the reason I say that is because there were some things I didn't know coming into insurance that I wish I would have known. I've shared that with you all in the past. And so now that I'm back selling insurance, I want to give you an idea, number one, of how you can, thank you for the like. And if that's my son, hey, Caleb, I love you. And if it's not my son and you're interested in selling life insurance, you come to the right place. We're going to talk about how you can make six figures selling life insurance in your first year. Will it be easy? No. But can you do it? Yes. Is it fun? Some days. Does it suck? Yes. Some days it sucks. It just is what that's business. Oh my gosh. There's some days in real estate that suck, but I press my way because it's my business, right? Meaning not it's my business, but it's my business. Like I have to press my way. So if you have your life and health insurance license and you kind of just set it down, put it to the side, pick it back up. The reason I'm sharing that with you is because, of course, we know interest rates are coming down, but also we know that many industries are changing. But one thing is for sure, and this is something that I wasn't saved at the time when I owned salons, but it's one thing that I can tell you was the truth when I went into the salon industry. My mom told me, well, Garlinda, there's so many salons. And I was like, well, it doesn't matter because there's tons of funeral homes, but people die every day, right? Even though there were tons of salons, people are always getting their hair done. I'm right here now with Miriam, and I don't know how many people have walked in to get their hair done since I've been sitting here with her, right? So there's always going to be somebody getting their hair done. There's always going to be somebody dying. But insurance wise, there's always going to be somebody that has to pay for someone's funeral that didn't have policies in place, that didn't have insurance in place. So this is a field that is never going to go away. It is a recession proof business, right? It's a recession proof business. And so that's one reason why, if you have your life insurance license or considering getting your life insurance license as like a plan B, do it. If you were in selling insurance before and you got discouraged because you were with some other companies and it didn't work out, it's okay to try again. Go again. That's what the message was to Peter in Luke 5:4. When Jesus told Peter he had been fishing all night and they hadn't caught anything, but the Lord told him, put out into deep water and let down your net for a catch. I have the air on so you may hear it running in the background. Put out into deep water and let down your net for a catch. What did that mean? The Lord told him, go out further. Go out into the deeper water and let down your nets for a catch. You're going to catch some fish. You're going to have great success. And selling life and health insurance is the exact same thing. I specialize in final expense. So when I say life insurance, I'm interchangeably using that word with what I specialize in, which is final expense. So how can you make six figures? So I'm going to give you an idea. So let's say this past week we were able to help, I want to say 5 families, right? So one policy, and I'm going to do the math for you using my trusty dusty calculator on my phone. So how the insurance carriers work, for those of you that may not know, and if you do, forgive me, just bear with me while I dumb it down, or make it elementary, not dumb it down, but make it elementary for other people. So how it works is that insurance carriers pay you in advance. So that means that they're going to advance you 9 months of the annualized premium up front. I'm going to tell you what that looks like so you don't have to figure that out, right? So you can get paid two ways in insurance. You can get paid as earned, meaning every time your client makes their bill, then when they make their bill, the bill clear, I'm sorry, their payment clears and processes, you get a check into, you get an amount into your account monthly, right? Or you can get paid in advance, which means the insurance carriers, you just sign your client up, they just put their policy into effect, their first payment just came out, and now the insurance carrier says, okay, well done, I'm going to give you 9 months of what they paid up front, although they've only made one payment, right? So what that looks like is, let's say I sold a $55 policy, which I did. I sold a $35 a month policy. I sold an $85 a month policy. And I sold a $92 a month policy. That's 267, right? But we have to multiply that by 12. Hold on a second. I didn't do that right. Let's just do one, because I feel like if I do two, I'm going to try to do two. I can do it this way. Okay, so 35 plus 55 plus 85 plus 92 is 267. So we're going to multiply that by, that number's not going to be right. So let's just do one example. So I'm going to take the one I just sold yesterday. $92 a month times 12 months is 1104. Okay. So $1,104. Everyone at Senior Life comes in at 90%. Okay. So there's two numbers you have to factor into that. So the insurance carrier, Senior Life, is going to pay you 9 months up front, right? But you're on a 90% commission split. So what does that look like? So you take your $1,104. Let me sit y'all on the steering wheel. Okay, $1,104. And first we want to multiply it by 75%. That's the 9 months, right? So that's $828. Now, Senior Life says I'm going to give you 90% of that up front. So that's $828 times 90% is $745.20. So how many of those policies, how many $92 a month policies would you need to sell in order to make six figures, right? So let's do the math on that. If you only sold $92 policies, which is great, right? Let's say $100,000 divided by $745.20. You would need to sell 134 policies to make six figures in insurance. Okay, that sounds like a lot, right? But let's break that down. 134 policies divided by 12 months is 11 policies a month. 11 policies a month. Now, somebody may say, well, what's the likelihood of selling 11 policies a month? Well, if you're selling insurance, it's highly likely, right? This week alone, I sold 5 policies, and two of the policies were the people I didn't even know. They were to leads, right? So it is highly likely that you could sell 11 policies a month at $92 a month and make $100,000 even in selling insurance. And so I want to talk to you about those of you that have quit selling insurance, because maybe you would. Now, I'm going to name some companies, but I'm not dogging these companies. I'm only talking about my experience and the experience of people that had partnered with me. Sorry, I'm so close to the screen. I don't know why the iPad looks like this, but so back in the day when I first got my license, I was with Primerica, right? And so I didn't know anything about insurance. I didn't know anything about selling. I wasn't great at selling then. I wasn't an expert by any stretch of the imagination. And if truth be told, and if truth be told, I was scared to sell. Right. So I got with Primerica because I met a neighbor that was selling with Primerica. And so it was big. They were big on recruiting, right? Recruit. And they had a cap on your amount that you could get advanced. So I didn't know any better or think anything of it. But in order to advance in your commission or your comps, you had to recruit. And so if that's okay with you and that's what you're looking for, then nothing, big whoop, nothing bad about that, right? But one, they have a lower commission split starting out, in my opinion, a lower commission split starting out. You have a cap on the amount of income that you can make per policy sold. I had an issue with that. And then the third thing is, what if you don't want to recruit? What if you're not even good at recruiting? What if you run out of friends and family? You have to know that that's the business model that you're going into. And it's not good, bad, or indifferent. It's just, is that the business model you want to follow? Nothing bad with it, nothing wrong with it. Everybody has a model, and every model doesn't work for everyone, right? But that model didn't work for me because at the time I was a young person. I was new to Virginia, to Stafford, Virginia. Didn't know a lot of people, so that model didn't work for me. So then fast forward, got out of the insurance industry for years, over 20 some years. When I came back in, okay, so now my next insurance carrier or insurance company was Symmetry Financial Group. Didn't dislike Symmetry at all. Nothing bad to say about them at all, other than it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's hierarchy like, right? So every on my team, everybody was always like, we got to get our leader to 100%. We got to get our leader to 120%. We got to get our leader to 130%. It was never really to me about your individualized goals so much. It was about getting your person that was the sales manager to their next highest commission, because they start everybody out over there at 70%. Now when I came on board, I think pre-COVID, everybody was getting 60%, but then when I got there, everybody was getting 70%. But it just seemed to always be trying to push the person above you up even higher. I was like, what does this have to do with my goals? Right? My personal goals are to make as much money as I can for my family. My goal is not to push somebody else to where they're trying to go. Now, does that mean I'm not a team player? Absolutely not. I'm a team player all the way. I love team, I love camaraderie, but it has to be win-win for everyone. And so then I found out that you actually are captive, and you could never talk to anybody at the corporate office if you needed help. You had to always go through your upline. You had to always go through your upline. Every question, if you need help, when you're bringing people on board. And so when we were recruiting, and we were recruiting heavily, I had about 60 agents at that company. So personally recruited 60 agents, and I had about, out of that, 10% were writing agents, which is an excellent what's the word I'm looking for? Excellent stats, right? Could it have been better? Yeah, but I was learning and growing at the same time. So every time we had a problem or a challenge, we had to go to the upline, who then had to go to we had to go to his assistant, and then she would go to him, and then he would go to his upline, and his upline would go to corporate. It was just this dog and pony show to me, where it was just all, I shouldn't say dog and pony. That's not really what I mean. You just couldn't get a straight answer, and you couldn't go directly to anyone, and I didn't like that. I want to be able to call a company and talk to a live person and find out what I need help with when I need the help. And so, great company again. um Good, bad, indifferent. If that was what worked for people, it worked for them. So I was also looking for more people that look like me. I'm not gonna lie, right? I wanted to be with more women. My team was majority men, and they, men can be men. It was just a lot of testosterone, and sometimes it wasn't always fun testosterone, right? A lot of anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But I was looking for women, and to be able to have a team with half and half women, half men, because women bring a different energy. They bring a different perspective to business. And so that's what I was looking for. So if you quit selling insurance for your reasons, whatever they are, they're valid to you, come back. Come back. I'm telling you, you can make really great part-time money selling insurance. You can make great full-time money selling insurance, but you got to be with a team that is going to train you. I didn't have a lot of training at one of the companies where I was. I didn't feel like I had enough personal help. Like, I would call and it would go to voicemail. It might be 2 days before I got a phone call back, not with Symmetry, but with another team. And they were busy, right? And I respect that they were busy, but I'm the type of learner where if you tell me what to do, I can do it. You tell me how to go, I can go, but I just need some help initially on the launch pad. And once I get it, it's a wrap. You don't have to hold my hand. You don't have to worry about me. I'm out and I'm doing it. You're not gonna have to look for me to see if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm all in, I'm out, right? Like a comet, catch my tail, right? And so that's what I was looking for when I came to Senior Life. And I said, okay, God, I'm going to put out into deep water and let down my nets for a catch. I'm going to go for it again. Why? Because I want to retire. I don't want to retire. I don't mean that way. I want to build up my retirement account. I want to build up my residuals. I want my residual income to be hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm working towards my first seven figures, right? And I believe that I genuinely can make my first seven figures in insurance, and so can you. And so if you quit, this is one, if you quit selling insurance because you were with a company that was all about recruiting and that's not you, come over here to Senior Life. You can either recruit or you can just be a producer. And I don't mean just, I mean, shoot, Jesse, our upline sales manager, has a really small team. Is maybe, I don't know how many people he has on his team, but I would think it's under 5. But his personal production for the year come January, he would have netted $1 million on personal production. So you don't have to come over here and recruit. That's number one. Number two, this is not a captive business. If you say, I want to go write for other carriers, I don't want to just be pigeonholed and write for one carrier, although I recommend you highly focus on one thing and stick with it in insurance, you're not bound that you can't write for other people over here. So you can do that, right? But over here, not only is it training, so we don't have meetings about the meetings for the meeting of the next meeting. And I would say that that was one thing that one of my teams, it was just frustrating. I'm not even gonna lie. And the reason I say that is because I have a full-time business. And so a lot of times I have a full-time real estate company. I sell insurance part-time. So I would be in the car a lot of the times. And so they would be like, are you getting on the meeting? I'm like, we got another meeting. And so it was a meeting every day. And so when we added up the hours that we would spend in meetings, it was 7 to 8 hours. That is too much, right? So I see why people quit the industry and come in and out of it, but I want you to know that you can win here. You can win over here with us at Senior Life. We have one meeting on Mondays at 8:45 a.m. None of the meetings are mandatory, but it's good to get on there because they train. It's at 8:45 a.m. Eastern time. And then we have a Friday corporate meeting. It's not even a Zoom, it's a call. Everybody hops on the call. It lasts 30 minutes. So any other time when you need help, we're on the phone calling each other if we need help, or we're in the Telegram app. It's not all these meetings. We're out doing business, right? And so leads, that's the other thing. So when I was at my first company, over 20 some years ago when I was at Primerica, I had to figure out my own leads. Now, they may be different now, but I'm just saying, I'm giving you my examples and experience of what took me out of the industry and why I came back in and how it's different now. So when I was at Primerica, I had to create my own leads. I didn't know anybody, so I was super intimidated about that. And I ran out of friends and family, right? And I didn't have the bandwidth to figure out how to go get additional clients at the time. Then fast forward, when I was with Symmetry, I didn't have a lot of personal leads, but social media, Facebook brought me a lot of business, right? It still does, social media leads. And also I bought leads. I invested in leads. I believe in lead investment. I'm that person that is not going to be somebody like, you got to buy leads. It's like, where else you going to get business from? You don't walk in Walmart and they don't have products on the shelf. You don't go in 7-Eleven and they don't have Slurpees unless the Slurpee machine is broken, right? You don't go to Chick-fil-A and they don't have chicken. And so in the insurance industry, you're going to have to invest in your business. So I'm a proponent of investing in leads. So I do believe in that. That's where I got my business from. And then here at Senior Life, I'm investing in leads and I have referrals. And I have people that wanted insurance before and then never bought it that I'm following back up with. So you can do this business. So I want to share with you right now. So then we have something called, it's renewals, residuals, overrides, right? And pay through. Now, I can't explain it all in this video because we're already 19 minutes in, but there is money in the insurance industry. Come back in. Do not experience keep you in the industry. Give yourself a chance. And if you say, well, Garland, I let my license go. I almost let my license go. Literally after my brother died last year, I was like, I'm not selling insurance. It's too morbid, right? But really, once his insurance policy paid out, I saw the blessing and the benefit of what insurance policies do for families. I really genuinely did. And so that gave me a renewed passion for it. Yesterday, I got to talk to an older woman in Kentucky. Was a live transfer lead that we got, and she was just so sweet and beautiful. And we stayed on the phone about an hour. I put her policy in place, and we just talked. And I understand now why this is such a huge calling. If you love people, if you want to serve people and make a great income, this business, life insurance, final expense sales specifically, is for you. And so let me tell you about the leads, and I'm going to go. I'm a big proponent of leads. What I love about the leads here, so with Primerica, again, I didn't have the bandwidth, I didn't have the knowledge and skill set to build a business that was over 30 plus years ago, not 20, eons ago. With Symmetry, when I first came on board, I bought into the lead program, and because I believe in investing in your business and in yourself, I'm good with that because I'm the best investment I will ever make, right? So I invested in leads, and I got great success from it. And then with Family First Life, I bought leads at FFL once, I think, but I wasn't really committed. So it wasn't that FFL didn't have good leads. I just at the time was trying to figure out my way to see if that was going to be where I wanted to build a business or not, even though I don't dislike FFL at all. Like, they don't bother you. Nobody's coming to look for you if you're not doing anything. Like, it's fine, right? But what I didn't like was when I stopped attending the meetings and wasn't necessarily plugged into the team, they terminated one of my contracts that now I can't get back for a year. And I was like, okay, no one should have that much singular control over your business. I didn't like that. So that's when I started looking at other carriers and like, okay, let me get serious. What do I want to focus on? And that's what led me to Senior Life. And when I tell you it is the best thing since sliced bread, so they have bunches of different lead types. You can work with your own leads, your own sphere of influence if you have one, and you can build a completely referral based business, right? But at some point, what if you run out of referrals and friends and family? You're going to need to invest in leads. They have leads that you can buy for as low as $10 a lead, all the way up to $55 a lead. They have Facebook leads, television leads, they have live calls. So yesterday I literally took live transfer leads. So it gets charged to your whatever card you have on file. And what I love about it is when they got ready to transfer the people over or transfer the person over, they said, "Hey Garlinda, did you get the lead online?" I said, "Yes." "Did you get their date of birth?" I was like, "No." They gave me the person's date of birth, and then they said, "Okay, Mrs. Jones, we're going to transfer you over to Garlinda." And the person was live right there on the phone for me to just start talking to, which means this is a person that just saw the TV ad, called in, just was on Facebook, saw the ad, called in. There's mail-in leads. So there's all these different leads, and a lead belongs to you. It doesn't get recycled, right? It also doesn't go away when you paid for it. So just wanted to share with you guys that if you quit selling life insurance and you're like, "Man, I really thought it was going to be different," and you found out it wasn't, give it another shot. Luke 5:4, put out into deep water and let down your nets for a catch. You can make the money. So I really want to do my numbers for you right quick. So let's just say when I had a chance to go in and look and see what I did for this week, it was 2179, right? 2179 was the totals for this week in terms of the face values of the policy. I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. Let's just go with 2179. Okay, so if you did 2179, that means I sold 5 policies this week. The average policy was $500 annualized premium. So 2179 is what I got advanced. That's how much was actually deposited into my account this week. And one person's wasn't even in there because she doesn't make her first payment until September. So $2,179 times 4 weeks. Let's say I do that every week, that I sell at a minimum 4 or 5 insurance policies. That's $8,716 net into my bank account, right? And we multiply that monthly total, $8,716 times 12. That's $104,592. So I'm on track to earn $1,592 if I sell a minimum of 4 to 5 policies a week and net 2,107. Impossible. And you guys, these were not big policies. The largest policy was $92. I'm not big on people spending a whole bunch of money every because then if they have an emergency or something happens, they're going to cancel that policy. I'm big on staying within people's budgets. That's why I had some policies that were 35, some that were 55, $35 a month or $55 a month. I'm big with staying under $85 a month if the person wants to. Now, if they want a higher amount and they can afford a higher amount, I will sell that to them, but I'm always conscious of people's budgets. Okay. So again, I want to go over my numbers with you one more time. I sold 4 policies this week. Okay, 4 policies this week. And then that netted into my bank account $2,179 net. That's what I was advanced. Okay, that's not that they had already taken out any lead cost I have. Okay, so 2179. No, let me take out the 130 yesterday. Minus $130. That was what my leads were, because it was 2 leads at $39 and 1 lead at $55. So that's $2,049 times 4 weeks, because I can sell 4 policies a week. That's I can do that, right? Part-time. $8,196. My goal is really 10 policies a week part-time. So I didn't even hit my goal yet. I'm still working today. So if I net in my account $8,196 a month times 12 months, that's $98,352. And that's me factoring out my lead costs, just the small amount that I had spent this week. So I just wanted to share with you guys, go out again. Join us. Come back into the business. Senior Life has an amazing program. They are agent centric. They are agent focused. They are the company is owned by an agent, Mr. Ron Powell. They're right here out of Thomasville, Georgia. We're hiring in over 40 states. We have incredible products. Don't listen to people when they're like, they ain't got but one product. Not true. Lies, lies, lies. Fake news, fake news. Just kidding, right? Couldn't help myself, right? But it's not true. We have more than one policy, and you are in the final expense industry. It is Senior Life is the #1 fastest growing final expense company in the country. Number one. Number two, hands down, you want to focus on final expense because there's 10,000 baby boomers aging out and coming into the market every single day. The senior market, they are the largest population out of all the generations. And so you're coming in at a phenomenal time. Call me 910-494-7798. This video than I expected it to. If you have any questions, text me, call me. My information's in the description box. My calendar link for you to schedule an appointment with me is in the description box. I can help you get a discounted class to get your license. And if you're not active, I literally can have you active in 24, not even 24 hours. My business partner that just joined in Arizona was active in the system in 4 hours, because they just do a background check. You do have to pay for your state's license when you come on board with us. So you do have an expense, but guess what? You don't have to buy any insurance, because when you're selling term insurance, you have to carry insurance, right? So your only fee coming into Senior Life is going to be your background check and your state license when you go and apply. And that's any company that you join, okay? So I look forward to partnering with you all. We're growing a big team. We will help you. We will support you. We will train you. You will not be out here on your own. God bless you, okay? I look forward to hearing from you. I'm trying to figure out how, oh, they're in the stream. So Garlinda Price, broker and owner of Fusion Insurance Group. We're hiring across the country. I'd love to talk to you. Are you the talent that we seek? Talk to you soon.